guys, it's Brittany. Welcome to Incredible Movie Facts, and today it's Incredible Facts on Spider-Man 3. And let's get right to that. Hang on a sec. Okay. Okay, here we go. Okay, so one, Bryce Dallas Howard performed her own stunts during the crane accident scene, unaware that she was pregnant at the time of filming. That's interesting. And how did she not even know that she was pregnant? But I'm sure that one way or another, she probably already found out somehow. Two, the first live-action Spider-Man film where a main villain, Sandman, survives at the end of the film. Well, that's true, and I would have to say he's the only one who uh, just lets go, because he did explain to Peter that, oh yeah, he did tell him his story and that he was the one who killed his uncle and he felt bad, and so you see Peter like really sad about it, but at the same time, since he told him the truth on what really happened, Peter was the first one to forgive him, because Peter didn't forgive the Green Goblin or Doctor Octopus or um, Venom, but it's like he forgave someone because he told him like what really happened and that he was sorry, and because of that, he was free to go, you know. And so, but yeah, I think that's a good part of the movie, a good part of that ending. Three, originally the butler was ought to be another illusion of Harry's representing his good side, even though this idea would have cleared up a massive plot hole. The butler waited to explain to Harry that his father's wounds were not an accident after such a long time. It was cut. Now, I'll have to say I'm glad they cut that, and here's why. Because if the butler was somehow an an illusion of Harry's, like representing his good side and somehow telling him on what happened to his father, I don't think he probably would have believed his illusion or not. I mean, I don't know. I'm not sure how that would have went. But I'm glad they cut that, and I'm glad that the butler was just actually there for him and to actually tell him what happened. So yeah, I'm glad it actually turned out that way instead. For the animators at Sony Pictures Images Works based Venom's movements on big cats like tigers, panthers, and cheetahs. That's interesting. I had no idea. 5. Topher Grace left that 70s show to star in this movie. I did not know that, but my question is that after he left the show, like, did the show kind of continued on without him? Or did it somehow, was it like that because he left, the show just can't go on, like it can't even go on without one character, or especially because he is the main character in the show. So, yeah, I'm not sure the show ended because he left. I'm pretty sure it did, but I'll have to look that up. 6. It was considered at one point to split the movie into 2 films. Now, I do think that would be interesting though, because to think about it, I do think that let's say, I don't know. I just think it would be interesting just to continue with the story a little bit more because I think there's just some things that just need to be cleared up of because there's just some things where I just don't get because I'm still like confused on. So yeah, I think that would have been nice, but didn't happen. But that's okay. 7. Harry's lab contains his father's Green Goblin mask as well as a gold Hobgoblin mask from the comics. Now, I'm not sure if Hobgoblin is the same as Green Goblin or a completely different villain altogether. I don't know. I have to look that up. But yeah, that's interesting. 8. Over 600 latex web balloons for the rally scene were hand painted with a Sharpie marker. Wow, over 600? Wow, that's impressive. 9. Not only there was a fourth installment planned, but also a fifth and sixth installment were planned as well. Now, I think if there was that, like a part 4, 5, and 6, I do think that would have been good because the movie itself and the story to Spider-Man would have continued on, like, continued whether or not if Harry and Mary Jane would ever decide to get back together or just be friends first and then decide later to be in a relationship. And not just that, but also to continue on, like, who knows, like, what if somehow Venom comes back after that explosion, which would seem impossible, like, how he would come back. I don't know, but then, who knows, even after what happened to Venom, that Carnage somehow would show up, which I don't know how he would, because I don't know that much about Carnage. I definitely want to look up on Carnage just to know more about that. But yeah, that would have been really good just to have part 4 and 5, yeah, and 6. Yeah, that would be really nice. 10. One of the sounds used for Venom is one of the Tasmanian Devil. Yeah, the cartoon from Looney Tunes, which, yeah, that is a cute cartoon character, it is. And I have no idea. I would definitely have to watch it and really listen to those sounds because I never even noticed that. To be honest, I just thought it was just like this whole completely sound to Venom altogether. I had no idea that one of them was the Looney Tunes character of Tasmanian Devil. I had no idea, but wow, that's interesting. 11. In the comics, Reed Richards of Fantastic Four is the one who discovered that the black and white Spider-Man costume is an alien symbiote. Symbiote? I don't know if that's how you say it. However, because movie rights to the Fantastic Four characters are owned by 20th Century Fox, it was changed to Dr. Kurt Connors making the discovery instead. Huh. Interesting. I have no idea that that black stuff, which probably is Venom, or not Venom, but some sort of black stuff that is some alien symbiote. Symbiote? I don't know. But symbiote actually just sounds really funny than symbiote. But then again, I don't know how you say it. Sorry for that. 12. In the comics, Harry Osborn dies because the Green Goblin formula he ingested was fatally unstable and was slowly poisoning him. His pale look could be a sign No, yeah, I'm sorry. Sam Raimi changed Harry's death to parallel his father's death in Spider-Man. However, in final scenes, his pale look can be a sign of the Goblin's formula effects. Wow, I don't know why why the director changed Harry's death. Now it said he changed it because he wanted Harry to die the way his father died. But then again, there are other options. There are other options whether if Harry could have died the way he did die in the comic book, or that maybe somehow it looks like he's dying, but he's not, and he's rushed to the hospital and turns out to be alive. I mean, there are so many options on what you can do to characters, like either kill them off completely or just let them live. So, yeah, I mean, I don't know why he did that, but even seeing that, it was just sad, because, of course, even though he had the Green Goblin costume on, um, well, not really like his father's, but a completely different one. It's like still he wasn't against Peter. He was actually teaming up with his friend, and because of that, it's just so sad to even see him die. You know? Yeah. 13. William Dafoe, who plays Norman Osborn, doubles as a cameo as a bar important in the jazz club scene as Peter and Gwen take their seat. Wow, that's interesting. I did not know he appeared as a cameo in Spider-Man 3. I didn't take notice of that at all, since I have seen it many times before, and I haven't seen it since, but I do want to watch it and definitely see that. Just to keep an eye out for that, in case if you have noticed that, but yeah, I definitely want to see that. 14. While Topher Grace was a big comic book fan and had to read the first Venom stories as a boy, he found the suit he had to wear as Venom extremely unpleasant. It took an hour to put on and 4 hours to apply the prosthetics, and it had to be constantly smeared with goo to give it a liquid organic feel. Grace also had to wear veins which bruised his gums. Ow. But yeah, I'd like to say, I know for all of us who probably saw Venom in Spider-Man 3, that the way Venom looks is just extremely, like, scary, but also cool at the same time, which I agree. But when you come to think about it, when he had to really wear the costume itself and the goo that had to be constantly smeared on, it's like that takes a lot of hard work. It really does. And I think I just said hard in an accent. Um, you might hear that in the video, but wow. And the veins he had to wear because he was Venom bruised his gums. I mean, ow. I didn't know that wearing veins can actually do that, but I think it depends how much it, like the pressure. I think it just depends on whether or not, because he had to wear them, whether if it was putting so much pressure on the gums or not, but I think it did. Yeah, I think somehow it did, like there's so much pressure, like, through up here, and yeah, I can see that being very painful. I mean, wow, that's just ow. 15. When Eddie jumps and let's bite during his death in the explosion for a few frames, his skeleton briefly appears. Around the same time, the ball of nuclear energy is released after being pulled in. Oh my, oh wow, that is scary. That is actually shocking and scary. To be honest, I didn't even know that. I didn't even notice that in the movie, but now because it says that, now I feel like I want to somehow go and watch the movie and somehow pause it very slowly just to see if I could see that. I mean, it shows that it does show that, but I just want to see it for myself. Like, I am so curious now. Wow, that is scary. Well, that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you like this video, give it a like, leave a comment below, share it, and subscribe to my channel so you won't miss a video. And I'll see you next time. Bye.